Hi, welcome back to Live and Breathe Horses, and we're going on with chapter 2 of this lovely book, Horses and Their Riders, Nuno Oliveira, and we are on part 3 today because it was such a long chapter we decided to break it down. So we've got our horse now, used to the school, used to being touched all over, started with lunging, and we've introduced the bridle in the stable, and we've got him used to the roller by rubbing. So in this next lesson, repeat everything to get the horse used to passing from trot to canter and vice versa. The person holding the whip should adapt the amount he uses it to the orders given by the person holding the lunge rein. The whip pushing or the lunge rein vibrating must harmonise with the vocal command, canter or trot, and be used simultaneously, taking care that the tone of voice corresponds to the order. So of course one of the people has to be the one leading the process, and that everything is harmonised and connected together. You know, my teacher used this process, and when you get used to working in a team, you instinctively go off each other, but the person holding the lunge rein is the one really who is the director. If the horse disunites his canter and he's not too excitable, push him with the whip until he's cantering correctly. If, on the other hand, he's highly strung and he has a tendency to become excited, it's better to return to the trot and push him back into canter when he's calm. So that's a really important point, to do that in the way that's more suited to the horse on that moment. At the end of the lesson, show the horse the roller again and rub him with it. Then, with a long whip, delicately start him on side steps on the circle. Ask for those first side steps with the whip which touches the flank of the thigh whilst the person holding the lunge rein walks in a circle facing the horse, vibrating the lunge rein and giving a titbit at the least submission. Repeat this exercise on both reins, asking very little each time and rewarding often. So we've already had the phase of making sure the horse is completely relaxed with the whip before we do this. And I love this thing, you know, to start already with the side steps. As before, take the horse back to the stable, repeat the exercise with the bridle and the roller and reward. The next day, take the horse to the riding school with the snaffle and the cavesson. At the halt, repeat the lesson with the roller, showing it to him, rubbing his back with it, and according to his reaction, either with caresses or vibrating the lunge rein. When he accepts being rubbed with the roller calmly, lunge him at the trot and the canter longer than usual. Bring him back to the centre of the school and again show him the roller, etc. So rub it all over him. More pats and titbits. Lunge him some more at the trot and the canter and then stop him again in the centre of the school and give him a titbit. Put the roller on his back. The helper, the one from the short side, approaches the off side of the horse and takes the end of the roller. And the other end is held on by the near side helper, who pushes the horse, the one who pushes the horse on the lunge. Whilst patting the horse, the offside helper drops the end of the roller and the near side helper takes it under the horse without touching him. Gently and progressively, he touches the horse with it at the girth, and if the horse stays still, he attaches it and tightens it. It should not be too tight, only enough so that it does not slip backwards. So you see what a long process he's doing, and what a luxury to have these helpers to do it in this way. How many times we're trying to hold the horse and do all that ourselves. So it's, you know, this is something for the rest of the horse's life, how he feels about the saddle. How many horses you see get tense and blow out with the girth because this has been neglected to be done in such a slow and progressive way. So, touches the horse with it, yeah. So it's only tight enough to stop it slipping backwards. The near side helper takes the whip and the off side helper goes back to his place on the short side. The person with the lunge rein lets it lengthen gradually whilst the helper gently pushes the horse forward. Some horses go forward jumping in the air. Some horses stay on the spot. By the way that you use the lunge rein and the lunging whip, you must control the horse so that he goes forward readily, even if it's a little bit rushed. When the horse calms down and is used to the roller, bring him to the middle of the school, pat him and give him titbits. Tighten the roller and then lunge him again, taking the same precautions until he goes forward calmly at the trot and canter on both reins. So stop him again, take off the roller, pat him and put the roller, pat him and put back the roller and tighten it. Lunge him a little more. Once again, stop him, take off the roller and pat him. Now ask for a very few side steps on the circle with the whip. Back in the stable, take on and off the snaffle and caress. This lesson should be repeated 3 or 4 times until the horse is completely relaxed on the lunge rein with the roller. Now the horse is ready for the saddle. So this is a great progression, you know, and yeah, that would be an average probably 3 or 4 times. It might be okay on the first time. It might take, I've had horses take 30 times. Anyway, that was extreme. So to put the saddle on the horse for the first time, you should use exactly the same procedure as with the roller. The first few times the stirrups should be run up, and it's only when the horse is completely relaxed with the saddle that you should bring him to the centre of the school and let them hang loose. When he's calm at the trot and canter, stop him in the centre of the school and caress him. The 2 helpers approach the horse on either side and gently move the saddle, bang on it, rub the stirrups over the flanks of the horse. The person holding the lunge rein vibrates it or pats the horse and gives him titbits, according to his reactions. Talk reassuringly to him. Pay attention to the tone of your voice. Take the saddle off and repeat the side steps on the circle, then put the horse back in the stable. Repeat this lesson 3 or 4 times. When the horse is relaxed with the saddle, bring the side reins and attach them to the snaffle. To begin with, they should be very long and loose. Progressively shorten them only a little so that the horse can take a small amount of contact with his head forward, far from the vertical position. At the end of the lesson, repeat the exercise with the stirrups, rubbing them on the horse's flanks, moving the saddle, and then ask for a few side steps with the saddle and the side reins. So we're progressing a little bit each one. I think just to emphasise the thing with the side reins, it's nothing about putting the horse into a position. It's purely there that he starts to feel a little bit of contact with the snaffle. Okay, so thank you very much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time for part 4 of our Starting the Young Horse chapter.